We are hearing SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM, we heard your lordship, that is Brahma is praying to Supreme Lord. Your lordship, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, who are indefatigable time and the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Although I am situated in an abode which will continue to exist for a time duration of 2 parardhas, although I am the leader of all other planets in the universe, and although I have undergone many years of penance for self-realization, still I offer my respects unto you. This is Bhagavan. He is object to worship for everyone. Ekale Ishwar Krishna Arsabhritya in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Only one controller is there, that is Krishna. All others are his servants. No matter how much one may gather some material things or may be liberated or be demigod or whatever, everyone is subordinate to Supreme Lord. So we have to bow down to him. Tiryan Manushya Vibudadishu Jiva Yonishu Atme Chayatma Krita Setu Paripsayayah Reme Nirasta Vishayo Pyavaruddha Dehas Tasmai Namo Bhagavate Purushottamaya. O my Lord, by your own will, you appear in the various species of living entities. Among animals lower than human beings, as well as among the demigods, this verse also we read, to perform your transcendental pastimes. You are not affected by material contamination. You come just to fulfill the obligations of your own principles of religion, and therefore, O Supreme Personality, I offer my obeisances unto you for manifesting such different forms. That is, among animals lower than human beings, like fish, Bhagavan, and tortoise. Our Gurudev said even in the form of ant he can appear, and in that ant form he is omnipotent. He can do whatever he likes, or as a mosquito or anything. He is not affected by material contamination. It is not that he is some spirit entering into a material body. No, he appears in his own transcendental form by his own will, but he will assume any form he likes to protect the sadhus, to destroy the wicked, and to establish dharma. That is his mission here in this world as avatar, to maintain this world. But in Vaikuntha and Golok and up Ayodhya, all the Nitya Lila is going on, eternal pastimes. They have nothing to do with this material world. No direct or indirect connection with this world. Only pastimes going on. Yo vidyayanu pahatopi dasharda vritya nidram uvaha jathari krita lokayatra antarjalehi kashipu sparshanukulam bi mormi malini janasya sukham vivrinvan. My Lord, you accept the pleasure of sleeping in the water of devastation, where there are violent waves, and you enjoy pleasure on the bed of snakes, showing the happiness of your sleep to intelligent persons. At that time, all the universal planets are stationed within your abdomen. This is Yoga Nidra. It is pastime of sleeping. It is not in Tamoguna, like we conditioned souls. Under the influence of Tamoguna, we have to sleep. It is one kind of necessity of material body. But there is no such necessity in him. He does not have material body. This is his pastime of sleeping on the bed of snake, that Ananta Shesh, and violent waves that later we will read, that Markandeya Rishi, he experienced this because he got such a long life. He experienced these waves and how he entered into abdomen of Supreme Lord and again came out and again entered like this. Creation, destruction, all this is going on. Yan Nabi Padma Bhavanat Aham Asam Idya Loka Trayo Pakarano Yat Anugrahena Tasmai Namasta Udarasta Bhavaya Yoga Nidra Vasana Vikasan Nali Nekshanaya. O object of my worship, I am born from the house of your lotus navel for the purpose of creating the universe by your mercy. All these planets of the universe were stationed within your transcendental abdomen while you were enjoying sleep. Now, your sleep having ended, your eyes are open like blossoming lotuses in the morning. Here this word is used, Yoga Nidra Avasana. At the end of, after the end of that transcendental sleep, Yoga Nidra. When we are hearing about Ramanuja Acharya, when his guru, that time he was Mayavadi, he explained from Chandogya Upanishad about the eyes of Supreme Lord. So Shankaracharya gave some inappropriate interpretation, and Ramanuja was feeling very sad. Then his guru asked him, why you are sad? Then he said, how you can say like this about Supreme Lord? Then Ramanuja Acharya gave that meaning of Chandogya Upanishad that the eyes of Supreme Lord are like blossomed lotus flowers in the sun. By the sun they are blossomed and that lotus is very beautiful. So Supreme Lord's eyes are like that. Then his guru, who was Mayavadi, he said, you speak like if there exists some Supreme Lord like this. Because Mayavadi, they cannot understand. They think only that impersonal Brahman is existing, and everything else, whatever has form or end, that is all Maya, it is Mithya, it is fictitious, it is illusion. But Ramanuja is not ordinary person. Ramanuja is personal associate of Supreme Lord. He is Lakshman. He is directly seeing the lotus eyes of Supreme Lord. So when he is speaking Harikatha, means about Hari, about Supreme Lord, then even Mayavadi will feel like this. Oh, you are speaking like if there is some Supreme Lord like this. The Ramanuja will say, yes, he is. Then later on, his guru also became disciple of Ramanuja. So that is, your eyes are open like blossoming lotuses in the morning. Soyam samasta jagatam suhrit eka atma satvena yan mridayate bhagavan bhagena Taneva medrisham anus prishatat yataham srakshyami purvavat idam pranata priyoso. Let the Supreme Lord be merciful towards me. He is the one friend and soul of all living entities in the world, and He maintains all for their ultimate happiness by His 6 transcendental opulences. May He be merciful towards me so that I, as before, may be empowered with the introspection to create, for I am also one of the surrendered souls who are there to the Lord. Krishna is Suhrid. He is the only friend of all, well-wisher. When Sridhar Maharaj told, when one can realize this point, that Supreme Lord is friendly to us, He is our well-wisher, then he can never be disturbed in whatever is happening. Because everything is happening by the will of Supreme. Nothing can happen without the will of Supreme Lord. Everything He has to sanction. And it is for our benefit. So he will lose his fear, one who realizes this. Suhrite Eka Atma. You are friend and soul, and you are only maintainer. Without His will, no one can do anything, can get anything. He is maintainer. So when one can have practical connection with Supreme Lord, then he cannot have any fear in any circumstance or any anxiety. If this exists, means the person is not yet in a direct relation with Krishna, not realized in that way. Esha prapanna varado ramayatma shaktya yat karishyati grihita gunavatara tasmin svavikramam idam srijatopi cheto yunjita karma shamalam cha yatha vijahyam. We are feeling in this world like children. When they are in the shelter of parents, they have no anxiety. They know they are there, they will protect them, all this. Like that, if we can realize that Radha Krishna, they are our parents, they are watching over us always, they are maintaining their everything. If we can realize this, then there can be no more anxiety. But we have to come to that point by devotional practice. The Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, is always the benefactor of the surrendered souls. His activities are always enacted through his internal potency, Rama, or the goddess of fortune. That is another name of Lakshmi, Rama. Last A is long, Rama, not Rama, but Rama. I pray only to engage in his service in the creation of the material world, and I pray that I not be materially affected by my works, for thus I may be able to give up the false prestige of being the creator. If we think we are the doers, that is independent doers, independent of Supreme Lord, that is false prestige, false pride, and that will always put us in anxiety, and there will be reaction. But those who are surrendered souls, they know we are doing by Krishna's grace, and it is meant for Him. I am His, and everything is meant for His. So though they may be engaged in all kinds of outwardly seemingly material work, like this is the seva of Brahma, to create, and others they have other things. But if there is no false ego, then that is not material activity anymore. It is service of Krishna, and that is blissful. Nabhi hradat iha satom bhasyasya pungsho Vijnana Shaktir Aham Asam Ananta Shakte Rupam Vichitram Idam Asya Vivrinvato Me Ma Ririshishta Nigamasya Giram Visarga. The Lord's potencies are innumerable. As he lies down in the water of devastation, I am born as the total universal energy from the navel lake in which the lotus sprouts. I am now engaged in manifesting his diverse energies in the form of the cosmic manifestation. I therefore pray that in the course of my material activities, I may not be deviated from the vibration of the Vedic hymns. So adabra karuno bhagavan vivridha prema smitena nayanam buruham vijrimbhan uthaya vishwa vijayaya cha no vishadam madhya gira panayatat purusha purana. O Lord, who is the supreme and is the oldest of all. Here it is not meant some material age, but means he is origin of everything. He is the oldest of all, is unlimitedly merciful. I wish that he may smilingly bestow his benediction upon me by opening his lotus eyes. He can uplift the entire cosmic creation and remove our dejection by kindly speaking his directions. Maitreya Uvach Sva Sambhavam Nishamyaivam Tapo Vidya Samadhibhi Yavan Manovachak Stutva Virarama Sakinavat. The sage Maitreya said, O Vidur, after observing the source of his appearance, namely the personality of Godhead, Brahma prayed for his mercy as far as his mind and words would permit him. Thus, having prayed, he became silent, as if tired from his activities of penance, knowledge, and mental concentration. Here, Swami Maharaj is telling, Brahma's enlightenment in knowledge was due to the Lord sitting within his heart. After being created, Brahma could not ascertain the source of his appearance. But after penance and mental concentration, that is tapo, vidya, samadhi, he could see the source of his birth. But this was also by Supreme Lord's mercy, because he first gave him that tapa. Brahma could not understand anything. Then he got that voice, you have to do tapa. Tapasya means austerity. Then after doing, then Supreme Lord blessed him and enlightened him. Like in the case of Dhruva also, he got encouragement first from his mother. And when he was doing, then Supreme Lord came as Narad and gave him mantra and everything. Or sometimes Paramatma will encourage you in some direction, and then you will meet bona fide Guru, different stages. Or like our Parangurudev, when he was calling Supreme Lord day and night in Himalaya, not eating, not sleeping, then he heard voice. You have to go back to where you came from, means Bengal. There you will find your Guru. So there he met his Guru. So first we get encouragement, and then Guru will appear, and when we follow instruction of Guru, then we can meet Supreme Lord directly, face to face. And thus he became enlightened through his heart. The spiritual master outside and the spiritual master within are both representations of the Lord. One is Chaitya Guru, one is Mahanta Guru outside. And they have same message. Generally, Paramatma, Chaitya Guru inside will direct us to Mahanta Guru, and Mahanta Guru will instruct us. Unless one, and both are manifestations of Supreme Lord's mercy. Unless one has contact with such bona fide representations, one cannot claim to be a spiritual master, because he is not student even. So how he can be spiritual master? Lord Brahma had no opportunity to take the help of a spiritual master from outside, because at that time Brahma himself was the only creature in the universe. Therefore, on becoming satisfied by the prayers of Brahma, the Lord enlightened him about everything from within. Like Baladev Vidyabhushan. He was in dilemma whether I will commit offense to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by writing commentary on Vedanta Sutra, because he already told that SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM and Vyasadev told, Mahaprabhu only said that Bhagavatam is already natural commentary of Vedanta Sutra by its own author. So there is no need of separate commentary. So you will not find Goswamis did any separate commentary. But when Gauriya Sampradaya was challenged and they did not give up, then Baladev Vidyabhushan was in dilemma. Now what I have to do? Then he prayed to Govindadev in Jaipur, and Govindadev first gave garland from Diti. That garland fell on him. That was first indication. And then also 3 times he appeared in dream of Baladev Vidyabhushan and gave him indications how to write, what to write. Then he understood that it is Supreme Lord's desire to manifest this commentary of Vedanta Sutra given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sarvam Bhattacharya, the same commentary. So he was also enlightened from within in dream by Govindadev. Then he wrote in a very short time. It is not possible for any ordinary human being even to read whole Vedanta Sutra in 7 days. It is difficult. But he wrote commentary. You have to quote from all different Upanishads. There's so many on this. So not ordinary. So if one gets the mercy of Krishna from within and in the form of Guru without, then he can progress in devotion. Atha bhi pretam anvikshya Brahmano Madhusudana Vishana Chetasam Tena Kalpa Vyatikaram Bhasa Loka Sangstana Vijnana Atmana Parikidyata Tam Aha Gadhaya Vacha Kashmalam Shamayan Eva. Another example I remember just now, the Tapan Mishra in East Bengal. He was a Brahmin, simple-hearted, and he was worshipping, but he was not clear about what is the ultimate goal and what is the process. So he also got in dream that divine being came and he told him, you have to submit to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Supreme Lord. Outwardly now he is like a scholar, but actually he is Supreme Lord. You have to come to him and learn from him. So then Mahaprabhu instructed him. He was the first. That time Mahaprabhu did not yet reveal himself, but he revealed to him and he told him ultimate goal of life is Krishna Prema and the process is Nama Sankirtan in this Kali Yuga, and he gave him Mahamantra to chant. And he gave him also instructions, you should go to Varanasi, there you will meet me again, in this way. So sometimes it happens in this way. The Lord saw that Brahma was very anxious about the planning and construction of the different planetary systems and was depressed upon seeing the devastating water. He could understand the intention of Brahma, and thus he spoke in deep, thoughtful words, removing all the illusion that had arisen. Shri Bhagavan Uvach. Our Gurudev told in Gita, Bhagavan Uvach is there. So how you can say the ultimate reality is impersonal if it is stated that he is speaking? Shri Bhagavan Uvach. And Krishna is saying, that I forgot Sanskrit, Nanyat Parataram Kinchit. Yeah. Nothing is superior to me. Nothing. So how, and Bhagavan Uvach, Bhagavan is speaking and he's telling nothing is superior than me. So how Mayavadis they can interpret in their own way? That this is some Mike forum and that impersonal spirit is above. Or that is true, this is all false. But it is not. Bhagavan is, and Bhagavan, Krishna is telling in Gita, I am superior to Jiva. And I am also superior to Brahman and Paramatma. Supremely superior. That is why I am designated as Purushottam or Bhagavan. Purusha Uttam, supreme person. So how you can say that ultimate reality is impersonal? He's a person and he's speaking. He can do anything. We are all his eternal servants. No matter how much Mayavadis they may shout whatever they like, but still the truth remains the truth. Supreme Lord is unchallengeable truth. No one can change. And he's always working. Whether you accept him or not, we are all under his influence all the time. Shri Bhagavan Uvach. Ma Veda Garbha Gastantrim Sarga Udyamam Avaha Tan Maya Paditam Hyagre Yan Mam Prartayate Bhavana. The Supreme Personality of Godhead then said, O Brahma, O depth of Vedic wisdom, be neither depressed nor anxious about the execution of creation. What you are begging from me has already been granted before. Bhuyas tvam tapa atishta vidyam chaiva matashrayam tabhyam antarhridi brahman lokan drakshyasi apavritan. O Brahma, situate yourself in penance and meditation and follow the principles of knowledge to receive my favor. By these actions, you will be able to understand everything from within your heart. Here Sai Maharaj is telling, the mercy of the Lord bestows upon a particular person engaged in executing the responsible work entrusted unto him is beyond imagination. By his mercy, but his mercy is received due to our penance and perseverance in executing devotional service. Perseverance, that two fingers we are hearing. One finger is our sincere effort, another is his grace. So we have to do with perseverance. Brahma was entrusted with the work of creating the planetary systems. The Lord instructed him that when he meditated, he would very easily know where and how the planetary systems must be arranged. The directions were to come from within, and there was no necessity for anxiety in that task. Such instructions of Buddha Yoga are directly imparted by the Lord from within, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. In Gaur Lila, we find when Mahaprabhu instructed Rupa Goswami, he gave him some indications and he empowered him, and he said, when you will write, that time Krishna also will reveal to you from within, and to Sanatana Goswami also. When you are doing devotional practice as per the order of Guru, then while doing that, further revelations also will come on the way. Or when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Raghunath Das Goswami, now you are not eligible to renounce house, you stay in your house, do bhajan, and when the time will come, appropriate time, then Krishna from within will reveal to you how you can come. At that time, it is not that we can acquire by our own brain or by our own will. No. When we will do what we are instructed to do by Guru, then further instructions will come from according to circumstance, from within or directly from Guru. But the point is we have to do. Then Krishna will come at our back, the Guru will come at our back, they will help us always. If sincerely we are doing. Tata Atmani Lokecha, because there are many stages of devotion. It is not that Guru can give you everything at once. No, many stages. And for a particular stage, particular guidance like this. That is why this premature Raganuga and these practices, that is also not good. Then it will create some overwhelming that they are not even able to do these basic practices. Then how they will do on top of that so many other things and all at once, and this qualification has to be considered, Gradually one can attain. There was one during the time of our Parangurudev, one brahmachari staying in our mat. He was doing all services but never took Harinam initiation. And others, when he was like 1 year staying or more, then they told him, you have to accept Harinam. This is the process, take shelter of Guru. But he never did. So suddenly he left the mat and he was nowhere to be found. They searched in his house also, but he was not there. Then later, when our Parangurudev was in Vrindavan, and together with our Gurudev, I heard from Gurudev directly. He was that time with Parangurudev. So they were going on the road in Vrindavan, and suddenly one Babaji, he bowed down to Parangurudev, full dandavat on the road, and crying. And Parangurudev was, no, why you are doing dandavat? You are here in Vrindavan, you are our object of worship. Why, like humbler than a blade of grass? Reaction was by Parangurudev. Then when that he stood up, then he said, do you recognize me? Then he said, I am that brahmachari. I was staying in your mat. Now I understood my mistake. My life is ruined. So I want your grace. Then Parangurudev, what happened? Then he said, I was in the mat, but I saw, it was my conception that Guru is someone who is 24 hours chanting Harinam, doing nothing else, only chanting Harinam. That was my conception of Guru. But I saw you were sometimes going to market, then this, so many works, cooking, all, cleaning, everything doing. Then, and sometimes chanting, mala, so I could not think you as a Guru. So I went to Vrindavan and I was going around. Then I saw one Babaji, whole day he was chanting. Then I thought, yes, this is. And he came to him and surrendered, and he requested, I want to take Harinam initiation from you. Then that Babaji said, I will give you Harinam, Diksha, Siddha Pranali, Babaji Vesh, everything I will give you. They say, no, I only want to start with chanting Harinam. No, everything you have to. So how they can practice all this at once? And Babaji Vesh and everything. This should be considered qualification. How we are unable to regularly chant Harinam, to offer bhog, to take only prasad, all these things, then how we will do all those practices also? So, and with impure heart, and just all of a sudden Babaji, like this. Mahaprabhu told to Raghunath Das Goswami, you are now not eligible, you have to go home and do your household duties, and at the same time you worship Krishna. Then when you will become purified, then at that time you will. Mahaprabhu, so here, so then what to do, Gurudev told. So he gave him everything. And then he was chanting and he saw his Guru is in the middle of the night, same time, he is going somewhere from his place, going somewhere. So this brahmachari, now Babaji, he thought maybe Gurudev is going some holy place here in Vrindavan to get darshan of some lila. So I want to go with him also. So he asked him, and Guru said, no, don't, this is not for you, don't. So, but he observed him every day, same time he was going. So then it is a fact, it is not fictitious story, it happened. So then he went, one time he was so curious, he was following him secretly. Then he when that Babaji, his guru, he entered one lane there in Vrindavan, in the middle of the night, no one anywhere. Then he knocked, and one young lady, she opened and he entered. And he observed that every day he is going that same place to have illicit sex connection with that lady. Then he was disappointed. So he was crying to Parangurudev, "You please rescue me. I could not understand you. Now I understand that what you were doing, everything was for the service of Krishna. But I was misled. I thought if someone is externally like this, then, but what is in his heart, what target is there, what is there, I could not see. Now I can understand." So we cannot know by external observation only what is in someone's heart. Krishna knows. And we cannot judge, oh yes, he see the pranali, this, then. That does not mean everything. And here Krishna is telling, you do this action, what I told you. Then when you will do those actions, then it will be also revealed from within. Don't try to jump ahead. Those things will naturally come when there is appropriate time, and they will be real things, real revelations, not imagination or like this. So we have to follow bona fide process as given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Goswamis. Then when we can do that, then we can get the real thing. So one thing I had in mind. Yes, when Raghunath Das Goswami was in Puri and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared from this world, then he could not remain in this world. He thought, I will just take one time in my life, darshan of Vrindavan Dham, then I will give up my life by throwing myself from Govardhan. When he came to Vrindavan and did parikrama and he met Rupa Sanatan, at that time he felt that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is here in Rupa and Sanatan. He directly felt the presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? Because Rupa and Sanatan, they were only following the orders of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Although they were not physically like near in Puri like this, but they were following what he instructed them to do. And Mahaprabhu told, when you will write the book, Krishna will reveal at that time also everything. So he felt the presence of Mahaprabhu there. So he gave up that idea that I will give up my life. And then he stayed under the shelter of Rupa Sanatan. So then Parangurudev also told to that now Babaji, he said, because this, he requested him, I want to take reinitiation from you. Then Parangurudev said, no, your guru is a Vaishnava, but he has this weakness, something is there. So since you already got these things, you practice sincerely. I'm giving you this blessing. I'm giving you this, my good wishes and this blessing and this. You sincerely do bhajan. And by your sincere bhajan, your Gurudev will also improve. So in this way, Parangurudev blessed. According to time, place, circumstance, because Parangurudev saw that if he will lose faith in Guru, then that is not good for bhajan, but he adjusted. But in some cases, I heard from Gurudev, my Gurudev personally, in some cases, Parangurudev had to give mantra. some Sahajas and like this, when they came to Parangurudev to submit to him, and they got pure teaching of Mahaprabhu, then Parangurudev also gave mantra. They again took mantra and everything from Parangurudev. So according to time, place, circumstance, this has to be dealt with. But the point is, those who are sincere for eternal welfare, they will get bona fide guru who will give them a real service of Krishna. And if they will follow instructions of Guru, then gradually all further revelations and instructions, they will come automatically. But you have to come to that. If you are studying in first class in school and you are doing your homework and you are finishing exams and all this, then automatically teacher will start to teach you for second class like this. But unless you do those things, then how you can expect further things? So there is a procedure. It is not all at once. Tata atmani lokecha bhakti yukta samahitaha drashtasi mam tatam brahman mai lokamstvam atmana. O Brahma, when you are absorbed in devotional service, in the course of your creative activities, you will see me in you and throughout the universe. And you will see that you yourself, the universe, and the living entities are all in me. So realization will come when we are absorbed in devotional service. You cannot get realization. That is very rare, that Kripa Siddhi, but generally by sadhana one will get realization. Yada tu sarva bhavayas Parangurudev, that person, that Siviraman, told to Parangurudev, you show me your God, otherwise I will not go. Can you show me your God? Then Parangurudev said, if your students told you, you first show us your discovery, what you understood by your research, then only we will study under you. Can you do that? Then that Raman said, no. First they will have to study physics, then that master degree and all these things. And then after that, they will have to study with me for 5 more years. Then they will be able to understand what I discovered. Then Parangurudev said, so if this is true for your thing, then can the Indian sadhus, rishis, the saints, realized soul seers, not say the same thing? You follow the process and see God. But if you don't follow the process and you deny there is no God in advance, then you are not following science, because science means experiment and observation. You did not do experiment. You did not follow the process. Then how you can deny there is no God? If you follow the process, you will see God. You cannot see with this material eyes. You have to get qualification of spiritual eyes to see Him. Then he was silenced. So like that here, Krishna told Brahma, when you will be absorbed in devotional service, then you will be able to see me and everything in me. You will realize. That is not imagination. We hear and then we imagine something. But when you do practically do, then by Krishna's grace you can directly perceive. Yada tu sarva bhuteshu darushu agnim ivastitam Pratechakshita mamloko jahya tarhyeva kashmalam. You will see me in all living entities as well as all over the universe. Just as fire is situated in wood. Only in that state of transcendental vision will you be able to be free from all kinds of illusion, illusory perception. Krishna is everywhere. He will be able to see. And everything is in him. Those who are on Nishta platform, that is where Madhyamadikar starts, middle stage of Vaishnavism, they perceive Supreme Lord inside every living entity. That is why they can give due respect to all. And they are able to chant Harinam blissfully, without offenses. Because already they purified all other desires, they removed from heart, and they have relation with Krishna, and they are always in worship of Him. Because of this, they don't demand any respect, and they give due respect to all. Because of seeing, directly seeing with that transcendental vision that Krishna is present in the heart of every living entity. Then how they can misbehave with anyone? You will see me in all living entities. Yada rahitam atmanam bhutendriya gunashayai swarupena mayopetam pashyan swarajyam richati. When you are free from the conception of gross and subtle bodies, and when your senses are free from all influences of the modes of material nature, you will realize your pure form in my association. At that time, you will be situated in pure consciousness. That is the point. Tomorrow, we will hear further this. When you are free of conception of gross and subtle bodies, and fully above these modes of material nature, then you will realize your pure form, Swarup. How he will realize? Swarupena mayapetam. By devotional service, as per instruction of Guru. Here directly Krishna acting as Guru. Then we can realize. Tomorrow we'll hear.